Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Devil card. Now the Devil card has shown up a lot this week, which kind of makes sense. It's, you know, Christmas, lots of people are going to be overindulging, going too far with all kinds of things, but what this really suggests in a lot of ways as well, now I can I was just thinking, like, can I speak for everybody? No, I can speak for myself when I say that Aquarius is known for its workaholic tendencies, and we do have a tendency to throw ourselves into work when things get intense, when things get challenging, when times get rough, etc. It's like, well, you know, what can I do? Just get into something and, you know, we'll kind of disappear into it. That's one way that this might show up for you over the course of this week. Excuse me. There was none in the Capricorn, so the other Saturnian sign gets the yawn. What this really suggests to me, though, is whatever your personal brand of overindulgence is, this week it's going to find you, right? You could find yourself really going overboard with something, whether it's food, alcohol, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever you want to call it, right? Workaholic tendencies. This week you could really overdo it. And, you know, because it is the Devil card, this could also be for a select few of you, and you'll know if I'm talking to you. This could be where you are determined to walk a certain path because it's like, you know, when you say to yourself, well, I chose this, so if it screws up and I have to suffer for it, then it's my own fault and I'm just going to keep going down that path. This week, maybe, just maybe, this is where you are unnecessarily beating yourself up, where this is maybe you're getting in your own way in some regard, or maybe you're holding to an experience simply because you made a certain choice and now you feel like you have to live with it. If this shows up and it rears its ugly head and you catch yourself in this, I challenge you, Aquarius, to take yourself out of said situation so that you can enjoy some modicum of peace over and towards the holiday season, all right? Just because we make certain decisions doesn't mean that we have to be held accountable to them or for them for the rest of our lives, right? You know, murder and, you know, the obvious really nasties notwithstanding. If you ever get into any of those sorts of things, you kind of... because I'm going to go on one. All right, so get out of there. With that being said, if you haven't got your seat yet for the winter solstice session, you can get that on the link in the description box below. We're going to have astrology, tarot, numerology, human design, future life progression, setting your goals and intentions on the 21st of December, not the 1st of January, is the right time and the right way to do it. If you want to do this with a whole bunch of like-minded souls, you can get your seat on the link in the description box below. And this year I've got two very special guests, Heather from Astrology with Heather and Denise from Human Design with Denise. If you haven't seen the Venus retrograde special that I did with Denise, check it out. It will give you just a slice and a hint of what you'll be getting in the winter solstice. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Page of Pentacles, right? So whatever shows up for you this week, just before we get into Capricorn season, is likely to show you what you're going to be having a lot of. Now, what's really interesting is the day that Venus goes retrograde, we have a full moon in the sign of Gemini. So you've got two big astrological events taking place at exactly the same moment, which I find really, really interesting in a lot of ways. Now, Page of Pentacles. This could be a new idea when it comes to your career. This could be a new direction that you're choosing to take your work, your career in. This also suggests as well that you are, I want to say this suggests that you're powerfully aligned, excuse me, All right, you're powerfully aligned with something that really is seeking expression through you, right? This could be a week where you find some big idea comes to you, some yearning goal or desire sort of erupts within you. And this could be a moment at which you say to yourself, this feels like the right direction. I can't tell you why, I can't tell you that it is going to be what all the results are going to be, but this feels like where I'm supposed to go. Now, that being said, you can't do everything all at once, right? You're going to have to pace this. So if there is something else that you're determined to see through, maybe this is the thing that you're going to have to release in order to make this new thing happen. This is kind of like one of those things like, this is a really bad example as well. And I don't want to put this kind of energy out there because I don't condone this kind of thing. But let's say you're in a relationship and you kind of know that relationship's maybe on its way out and it's not really working, and then all of a sudden you meet someone and you think, wow, you know what, it's not that I just want to have sex with them. I genuinely feel pulled to this person. Like, I feel like this person has come into my life for a reason. And so you're stuck in this quandary of like, one thing has to end first before you can go into something else, right? And this kind of feels like the way this might show up for a lot of you this week. Now, the Page of Pentacles coupled with the Death card is a time sequence. Whatever shows up for you over the course of this week, before we even get into Capricorn season, because that's what this time sequence represents, when we get into Capricorn season, pay attention to what's going on for you, because this is going to be a big moment in time. It's very likely to be a big moment that initiates something huge for your lifescape going forward. So, no pressure for for your communications and conversations. You have the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo male. You couple this with the Devil card though, and you have a Capricorn male is going to feature for you over the course of this week. So this could be somebody that you're coming into contact with. This could be somebody that you are working with or alongside. This could be somebody that comes into your life that makes all the difference. Whoever this person is though, they are definitely a part of your path because they come up very strong in your cards. Now, the King of Pentacles is all about your career, your profession. It's very often a card that shows up for promotions, some sort of big recognition. And I kind of get this feeling as well, this isn't something that you're expecting, it's just something that's going to like happen or show up, and you might be like, okay, wow, okay, so this is happening. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this hard work that you've put in, the hard graft that you've put in, could now start to get noticed. And as we step into the new year, let's say as we get to the end of this month, but into the new year, this could be a moment at which, this could be a moment at which you see the advancement for all the hard work, effort and graft that you've put in up until this moment. And that kind of feels like it's very pertinent. Like, it's almost like you're going to now start to really see results, maybe to the point where you ask yourself, like, what was I doing wrong before? I don't think there was anything that you were doing wrong. I think it's just that the energy really has shifted. For those of you that are self-employed, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could be a Capricorn or an earth sign person or an earth sign male that comes into your life or into your business sphere now that really helps you get ahead. And I gotta be honest with you, I kind of get the feeling that this person is not going to go easy on you, but that might be one of the things that you like about them. Being an Aquarius sun, I know that people that push me, people that really hammer points home, people bit of a glutton for punishment in that regard. Like I like things like boot camp, anything where someone's like, come on, you can do better than that, get up. And I don't know, maybe that's just part of who I am, but that kind of energy, I like that, when people really get you fired up, not when they're mean, like, oh, you're a piece of dirt, you better get up, man. I haven't got time for any of that, but people that will push you to get the best or the most out of yourself. This could even be a coach, right? You're going to have to watch out for this though, because that Devil card, there's two ways this could go. One, they could either pull the best out of you, or two, they could just heighten that sort of workaholic tendency that you might have, where it's like, well, no, I've got time and energy, I can do all of it. Can you though? Just consider, for those of you that are retired or no longer working, this could be somebody that you are assisting, somebody that you're working alongside, or, excuse me, I don't know what's going on. All right. Usually it's the Capricorns that get the yawns. It's really strange. It's like this odd phenomena. We call it the Capricorn yawn, but it seems to be happening a lot with Aquarius today, which kind of makes sense because there's a lot of Capricorn energy here. So maybe I'm tapping into that. Now, yeah, if you're retired, this could be somebody, maybe this is somebody that's coming back into your life from your past. There's definitely an interaction here with an earth sign person that this week could very well likely either change everything, or it might be that this person shows up and they're now here to stay. For your love and relations, you've got the 7 of Swords. This is not an easy energy, I've got to say. And especially because you've got the Devil card heading the week. If you are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, this would be a good week for you to have a heart-to-heart with your partner, all right? I'm not saying that they're lying to you or that you're lying to them. The example that I gave about a relationship ending and a new one starting earlier was literally pure coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in synchronicities. If I was speaking to you, you'll know this, right? You will feel that, right? But that being said, it is the 7 of Swords. So the first thing that I want to say is, for some of you, your partner might say to you, I don't feel like you're paying enough attention to me, right? And this isn't about them stamping their feet or spitting their dummy out. It's about the fact that you seem to be focused on everything else rather than your significant other, and they're probably wanting or needing more of your time. The other thing that could come out of this as well, it does suggest that maybe if your relationship has been through a rocky patch, this could be a week where like your relationship turns a corner, but only just, right? It could be one of those moments where it's like, whew, it was a little bit touch and go there, but we got there. And then for those of you that are single, 2 things. 1, this is going to be a week where an ex turns up, I have no doubt. And 2, if there are new people on the horizon, or there's somebody new that comes into your midst, just be sure to vet them and put them through the friend test. You know, we've all got friends that are like, when we meet someone, they're like, I want to meet them. And you know it's because they're about to tell you it's either a yes or a no, right? Whoever those friends are, those are your people, right? Because whether you're smitten or not, they will tell you the truth of what they see. Put them through the friend test. Anyone that shows up this week, I'm not saying, you know, be cynical or whatever, but just put them through the friends tests. For your money and materials, you have the Hanged Man. So no big purchases here, right? In fact, because there's no fire here, I would say that this is a week of inaction, right? This is not a week to spend big money. This is not a week to be taken in, right? If something feels too good to be true, or someone asks you to put money into something, or to pay into something, or to invest into something, just be very, very careful. You've got the 7 of Swords there, you've got the Hanged Man. There's something that you are not aware of, right? And it will become evident at a later date. You don't want to get into this. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is usually like your endocrine system and your lymph system. So this week, look after those. And then when it comes to your home and environment, I mean, this could be a much slower week on the home front. Might also be a week where you kind of feel like something's brewing, and that's the feeling that I get from this spread. It's almost like nothing big this week necessarily happens. There's no wands, right? So there's no fire, which means there's no actions, but there does appear to be something happening or something brewing. And I kind of feel like this earth sign person may have something to do with it. And it's not to say that they're the cause of some big issue or anything, or that you're even going to have a big issue. It just kind of feels like if you are... It's like, you know, when you meet somebody, they bring new energy into your life, and that new energy ripples out into all the different parts of your life. Excuse me. And as it ripples out into all the different parts of your life, it gives you this, it starts to change things. It starts to filter into your world. So this could be that. Your full moon message is the gate 59 and intimacy. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, the full moon is trying to show you how to get tapped back into your relationship and find the intimacy there. For those of you that are single and looking, this is about tapping into that and finding it. But more importantly, I see this card as more about the intimacy of getting back into bed with life, right? Getting back into the engagement with life. And the fact that there's no wands or no fire here means that this week is likely to be slow, but this kind of feels like it's a build up to something. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. It'd be great to see you at the winter solstice. Have an amazing week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.